For a link to the PDF version of these instructions, check down below in the description. On this tarp, I have all of the boards and stakes necessary for a 4-level Cumberland design with a 2-level animal barrier. For a full list of parts required for each level, as well as the cubic soil required for each level of this design, check down below in the description. To connect your boards and brackets, take a bracket and slide one onto either end of your board until the snap lock hole is lined up. Once you have the hole lined up, take one of your snap lock plugs and lay it flat onto that opening. Then with the palm of your hand, apply firm pressure until you hear a click. Now flip the board around and repeat this step on the other side. If you're having trouble installing the snap lock plugs by hand, you can also use a hammer or mallet to install them. If you think that you've installed your bracket in the wrong orientation and you need to remove it and flip it around, you can do so using a flathead screwdriver. Take the flathead screwdriver and insert it into the opening on either side of the snap lock plug. Insert it and apply firm pressure into the snap lock plug and then twist up. Then flip it around again and repeat this step. Firm pressure into the nub and twist up. Now you can remove your bracket and flip it around. The 4-way brackets for this design will be used to install the crossboards, forming a 3-way connection. To form that 3-way connection, use one of your stacking brackets and then place on top of that your midsection 4-way bracket and then your top 4-way bracket. And that will give you your 3-way connection. Reference the diagram on screen now for the boards that you need to bracket for the first level of your Cumberland design. Lay out the boards for the first level of your design flat on the ground so that you can get the footprint of how much space that's going to take up. Reference the diagram in your instructions for how to lay out the first level of your design. Connect the joints of the first level of your design using stacking stakes inserted into those joints upside down. This will allow you to build out the shape of your base level frame while still being able to make adjustments to that base level shape. Take 4 of your crossboards for the second level of your design and rest those on top of your upside down stacking stakes. This will allow you to make adjustments to the base level of your frame to make sure that your crossboards will fit. Now that you've done all the adjustments to the base level of your frame and your crossboards are still in place sitting on top of that second level, flip over all of the remaining stacking stakes and hammer those into the ground. Now remove those crossboards sitting on the second level and hammer in those stacking stakes as well. Reference the diagram on screen now for how to connect the boards and brackets for the second level of your design. Lay out the boards flat on the ground around the perimeter of your existing frame, referencing the diagram found in your instructions. Stack the boards for the second level of your design. Start with the front gate joint with the gate board on the bottom of that bracket stack, followed by your 4-foot timber with that midsection 4-way bracket, and then finally your 2-foot timber with that top 4-way bracket on it. And then you can connect that entire joint together using a stacking stake that will insert into the top of your ground level stake. The reason why we install the gate board on the bottom of the stack is it allows us to have the most secure and smooth swing for your gate. Reference the diagram that's on screen for how to bracket the boards for the third level of your design. Reference the diagram that's on screen for how to bracket the boards for the third level of your design. Lay out the boards for the third level of your design, referencing the diagram found in your PDF instructions. Stack the boards for the third level of your design, starting at the same joint that you did for level 2, at the front gate joint. Start with your gate board on the bottom of that bracket stack. Then this time, take your 2-foot board with the midsection bracket, stack it on top of that, and then finally take your 4-foot timber with that top 4-way bracket and stack that on top. And then connect this entire joint using a stacking bracket. Reference the diagram on screen now for how to connect the boards and brackets for the 4th level of your design. The bracketing pattern will be identical to how it was on the 2nd level. Reference the diagram in your PDF instructions for how to stack the 4th level of your design. Reference the diagram for the 2nd level, as the board layout will be identical for the 4th level. Finally, stack the boards for the 4th level of your design, starting at the same joint you did for level 2 and 3, with your gate board on the bottom of that stack, followed by your 4-foot timber with that midsection 4-way bracket, and then finally your 2-foot timber with that top 4-way bracket. And you'll connect that all together with another stacking stake. Once you finish the final level of your design, if you're not installing an animal barrier, then you can install finishing caps on top of each of the joints and fill with soil and start planting. If you are going to be installing an animal barrier, follow along to the second part of this instructional video. A link to that is found in the description below. If you have any questions on this instructional video, please email us at support@frameitall.com.